Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Sankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Bole Shri Veda Vyasa Bhagavan Ki Jai. Hari Om. Welcome to the 17th episode of Tatwabodha, Vision of Vedanta. So we saw in the last two Sundays before, that was on April 23, Brahma eva aham asmi iti aparoksha jnanena. When I get a direct knowledge, pratyaksha jnana is knowing something that is in front of me. Paroksha jnana is knowing something that is away from me as seen by somebody else, like a cricket match that's seen by somebody else, or a movie that is seen by somebody else and narrated to me, which I have not directly seen, is called paroksha jnana. Opposite of paroksha is aparoksha, not paraksha, but by my own eyes. Aparoksha means by my own, not eyes, by my own understanding. Brahma eva aham asmi iti aparoksha jnanena. By that aparoksha jnana or direct knowledge. Direct knowledge means you go into a dark room, you need light to show you things in the dark room. But you don't need a torchlight to show where you are. So that is what is aparoksha jnana about my own self. Brahma eva aham asmi iti aparoksha jnanena nikhila karma bandha vinirmuktaha syat. Nikhila karma bandha. All, not nikhila karma vinirmuktaha, nikhila karma bandha vinirmuktaha. So what is the difference between karma and karma bandha? Karma means action, but when that action is binding me, when that action is causing distress to me, when that action is hurting me, when the action is giving me a sense of difficulty, I don't want to do it, I have to do it, I am forced to do it. All these things are karma bandha. We will not have that karma bandha. We will perform actions with love, with gratitude, with great energy. So the way we perform actions will be without the identification of I am the doer and this is the result of action that I want. Without these two, when we perform actions, they become actions performed by the gods. So in the say Nikhila karma bandha vinirmuktaha syat. The person will be freed from the bondage that is caused by actions that he has to compulsively do. When we say obsessive compulsive disorder, it's a condition, it's a medical condition of the mind, where compulsive thoughts are coming in the mind and those thoughts have to be translated into action and action has to be done. So there is no obsession like that. And when those desires have to manifest as action, they are done very easily because we don't need to do much. When a whole university is running subjects, calling for application, that individual professor or the clerk or the staff does not have to go through so much trouble. He just has to fill in his part in that big work. So that is what Nikhila Karma Bandha vinirmuktasyat. When we understand, when do we get to this state? When I realize that I am that Brahman, that Supreme Brahman is me, the one who says I, the source of the I, the source of the thought of I is Brahman. From that Brahman only, this presence or this feeling or this experience of I is arising. When this realization happens to a person, by contemplation, by meditation on that Mahavakya of Tatwamasi, then that person becomes a Jivan Muktaha. He is free even while living. And what is the effect of being a Jivan Muktaha? The result of being a Jivan Muktaha? What do we get by being a Jivan Muktaha? Nikhila Karma Bandha Vinirmuktaha Syat. We become free of all karma bandhas. So when Bhagavan Sri Adi Sankaracharya in Tatwabodha says you will be free of all karma bandhas, he now goes on to explain what is karma bandha. What is karma bandha? Karmas are of three types. Karmani katividhani santi iti chet agami sanchita prarabdha bhedena trividhani santi. Actions are of three types. Karmani katividhani santi iti chet. If you ask, see, I have told you earlier that when you realize your true self, you will be free of all karma. Now you may have the question, what is this karma? How many types of karma are there? If you ask me that question, agami, sanchita, prarabdha, bhedena. There are three divisions. Divisions are basically understanding. There are no real divisions actually. Like for example, you draw the map of India. We draw lines to demarcate every state. We may even draw a line to demarcate the ocean for so many nautical miles. But there are no lines that are existing on earth. Those lines are only meant for our understanding, for administrative purposes. In the same way, there are no demarcations actually in the different types of karma. But for our own understanding of knowledge, we have these three kind of differences. What are they? Sanchita, Agami, and Prarabdha. Santi. They are existing. So he is going to explain what is Agami Karma, what is Sanchita Karma, and what is Prarabdha Karma, and how does the individual who has realized the truth, how does he get free from all these three types of karmas? Jnana utpatti anantaram jnani deha kritam punya papa rupam karma yadasti tat agami iti abhidhiyate. Jnana utpatti anantaram. After this knowledge of the self has happened. How does the knowledge of the self happen? With Satguru Upadesha. The Satguru, or the one who points out who you are, who you truly are, that Satguru tells you, you are that Brahman. Then the jnana has happened in us. And then we begin our contemplative process. We begin our meditative process. The jnana has happened, you are that. So it is jnapakam, natu karakam. Jnapakam means it is only an indication that you are that. The Sadguru is not making you Brahman. The Sadguru is pointing out that you are already Brahman. So jnana utpatti anantaram. Now the knowledge has come that I am Brahman. After that also, the jnani, the one who has the knowledge, through his body performs actions. What are the actions that he does? He meditates, he may do puja, he may have sankalpas for the welfare of society. He will have sankalpa for good actions only. not bad sankalpa, not any negative sankalpa. Sankalpa means a proper imagination. So jnani deha kritam punya papa rupam karma yad asti. He will be doing actions. The actions will cause punya. Punya means it will quieten his mind. It will quieten the mind of others who receive the actions that he does. That is punya. Papa means it can disturb his mind, because sometimes even making 1,000 people meditate at one point of time can be very disturbing to somebody else who does not want that peace in this world. So it is not for the jnani to decide what is good and what is bad. He does actions which need to be done, but those actions can cause joy to some, they can cause sorrow to some. Punya papa rupam karma yad asti tat agami iti abhidiyate. So agami means not yet come. The results of the action have not yet come. I do an action, I slap somebody, for instance. The result of the action can come immediately for me by that person slapping again. So that is immediate result. I slap somebody today, that person keeps a grudge in the mind, and then after some 20 years he meets me, he gives me some punishment which is equal of a slap. Maybe it is a verbal slap he may give. So that is called agami karma, because the result of that action has not come immediately. It is kept latently, it is stored, which will be delivered to me in the future by some postman. It need not be the person to whom I have done this wrong. It can be anybody else. Every human being is a postman who carries our karma, the results of our karma. Agami iti abhidiyate. The next karma is sanchitam karma. Sanchitam karma kim hananta koti janmanam bija bhutam sat yat karma jatam purvarjitam tishtati tat sanchitam jneyam. Sanchi means file, sanchi means bag, sanchika means file. Our record of all the karmas, we talk of akashic records. Whatever actions we have done in the past lifetimes are all stored in this universe, are all stored in the karmic planets as records, as files, in the form of vibrations. And these vibrations are indelible. You cannot erase those vibrations. They keep coming back to you all the time. Sanchitam karma kim ananta koti janmanam. Ananta means endless. Ananto vai sahasraha. 1,000 years, thousands and thousands of years. Ananta koti, crore, 1,000 crore years. Janmanam, in lifetimes. Bija bhutam. These actions that we have done in the past are all stored in our records, are all stored in our DNA, in our blood system, in our own body as seeds. These seeds are vibratory seeds. They are having the potential to explode at any point of time, explode in the form of results of that action. Whatever action we have done, if it is a good action, the result is going to be good, giving us happy memories, happy thoughts, giving us calmness of mind, giving us all the gifts in our life that we really need. So that is good result. Bad result means giving us sorrow, giving us confusion, giving us grief are all bad results. So, Anantakoti Janmanam Bijabhutam Sat Yat Karmajatam Purvarjitam Tishtati. Karmajatam, because these results are coming, not because somebody wishes me bad or Bhagavan is treating everybody differently, somebody is giving good results, somebody is giving bad results. Bhagavan is not partial in his distribution of results. So, Yat Karma Jatam Purvarjitam, I have only earned these kind of seeds that I store in my system. Purvarjitam tishtati tat sanchitam jneyam. I come with these the seeds of karma with the propensity of giving me action in this lifetime, in the future lifetimes also, which is a storage house. It is a warehouse of all my actions. Agami is the karma that is going to bear fruit in the future. Sanchita is my past warehouse. From that warehouse, I have brought certain karmas with this body, mind, intellect. I have brought it to this world for me to a little bit. The remaining warehouse is still there of what I have earned and kept. All the actions as I have done, the actions which we do when we are in the state of animals or birds don't have any accumulation of sanchita. The actions we do as willing human beings, taking decisions in the mind, making decisions in the mind, which is through our sankalpa, with true intentions. Even in a murder, even if the person has murdered somebody, the judge only looks at the intention of the one who has committed the murder. If the intention is pure, if the intention is not sullied by any avarice, greed, or anger, or hatred, or desire, then the punishment is much lesser than the doing the action with an evil intention. So Ananta Koti Janmanam, whatever intentions I've had, whatever actions I have done, whether with the right intention or wrong intention, whatever results are in store are all accumulated in the sanchi, in my file, in the bag. We come with a portion of that bag to this world, and even to live in this world, we need karma vasanas. Without karma vasanas, we will not be able to even take birth in this world. So, especially when we are human beings, we come with an equal balance of good and bad karma. If we don't have that, then this human body itself cannot be formed. If the karma is very good only, then you will get a Deva Sharira. You will get a divine body, you will not get a human body. If the karma is very evil, then you will get only an animal body, you will not get a human body. So whether it is a murderer or a prime minister or a thief or a student or a teacher or a child or a youth or a laborer, sweeper, very rich man, everybody comes into this world with equal karma. But Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda says, what comes to us is his gift to us. What we do with it is our gift to him. So where the discrepancy happens among people's lives is the decisions we make, the actions we take as a result of what we have is what makes a person rich or makes a person poor, makes a person enjoy a very happily married life, makes a person enjoy many difficulties in this world. So it is in the response that we give to what we experience in the form of our karmas makes up for all the differences that we face in this world. Now, Sanchita karma and Agami karma has been explained. What is Prarabdha karma? Prarabdham karma kim iti chet idam shariram utpadya iha loke eva sukha dukkhadi pradam yat karma tat prarabdham bhogena nashtam bhavati prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshaya iti. Prarabdham karma kim iti chet. If you ask, what is prarabdha karma? Pra-arabdham, prakarshena arabdham, very well begun. Well begun is half done, is what is the proverb in English. So whatever we are facing in this lifetime, on a day-to-day basis, every day we get to experience something good or something bad, and despite the repeated experiences that we have, many experiences are very unexpected. Whether it's a very good result whether it is a lottery, whether it is a promotion, whether it's a praise, whether it is an award, or whether somebody scolds us, somebody hates us, somebody is wishing ill for us, everything is happening on a day-to-day basis according to our prarabdha. In Tamil, there is a very beautiful proverb, Tidum Nandrum Pirartara Vara. Whatever is good or whatever is bad that is happening in our life is not given by others, it is given to us by ourselves. Prarabdham karma kim iti ched. Idam shariram utpadya. After this body has been generated, meaning after we have taken birth, ikaloke eva, in this world itself, in this earth plane itself, sukha, dukkha, adi pradam. We experience joy, we experience sorrow. So we can decimate all our experiences into these two categories. Whenever we experience something good, we are experiencing joy. Whenever we are experiencing something negative, we are experiencing sorrow. Sukha dukkha adi pradam yat karma, that action which is giving us joy and sorrow. The actions that we have done in this world, right from my childhood, like in the Mahabharata, there is a story of this rishi called, I think, Arishtanemi, the name of the rishi. He is he has been sentenced to death by a king by hoisting him on a sharp pole. It is called death by, instead of death by hanging, he has been just pressed into that sharp pole and made to sit on that pole along with other robbers. And these robbers have died. This rishi is not dead. And so the king comes and, because some false charge is there on this rishi, the king is searching for his some lost jewel, which a crow or a thief who came has put it in that rishi's hermitage. And when the king's warriors are coming and searching for the culprit, they found this in the rishi's hermitage. And so they thought that he was the thief, and they took him to the king. And the king had caught other thieves also. Along with those thieves, they put this man also in that pole, in that sharp pole, like a javelin, made him sit on that and pressed him. It's a very painful way to die. But this rishi did not die at all. And the king, he fell at his feet, he asked for pardon. And then finally, eventually, when this rishi died, he went to Yamaloka. He fought with Yamadharmaraja. He said, I don't remember any kind of a sin that I have consciously committed to anybody. This is a very beautiful story to illustrate about all the cruel things that human beings do as kids to animals, to plants. You know? Even while walking, some tree is there, some plant is there, just pulling a branch, breaking the branch, taking some leaves, without any reason doing some action. It causes hurt to everybody. So he went and fought with Yamadharmaraja and said, what is it that I have done to deserve such a punishment? Aren't you being very partial? I don't remember doing anything that I deserve this kind of a punishment in my life. So Yamadharmaraja said, when you were 8 years old, you know, these boys, even today, it's very painful to even say that. These boys in school, even today, they will put a pin behind this dragonfly and make it fly. So like that, this man, this rishi, when he was a small boy, he has put a pin in that dragonfly and he has allowed it to fly. And because of that karma that he did, he has to face this severe crime. And then Arishtanemi fought with Yamadharmaraja and he said, I curse you to be born on earth. And that is how Yama was born as Vidura. the son of the maid when of this the Satyavati. Satyavati's maid. Ambika, Ambalika were daughters-in-law of Vichitravirya and Chitrangada, and they were the mothers for Dhritarashtra and Pandu. And because one closed her eyes when they met Vedavyasa, Dhritarashtra was born blind. The other became very pale because Vedavyasa's countenance was very gory. He was not a very handsome looking person or anything. So she became very pale when he saw him. And so that was Pandu was born with that disease of leukoderma, which means the skin becomes very pale. And the servant maid who was sent third, the other person was sent again to Vedavyasa for the third child, but she sent that servant maid instead. And the servant maid was very bold, and that is why she got a very dharmic son called Vidura, a very stable-minded person. And the Vidura is none other than Yamadharma Raja himself. So that's a story. This is to explain about Prarabdha Karma. For all the wrong things that we do in this lifetime, we experience the punishments in this lifetime itself. So that is called Prarabdha Karma. Like for example, when somebody steals, they are put in jail. They are caught and put in jail. When you may say, so many people are corrupt, nobody catches them. We don't know when they will be caught. We don't know in what form they will get punishment. Everybody need not get the same punishment. There are certain offenses which may not be proved. Because of that person's punya karma, they may escape. But for this particular karma, they will definitely reap the benefits later on, reap the results later on. Prarabdham karma kim iti chet idam shariram utpadya. After this body is born, ihaloke eva, in this world itself, sukha dukkhadi pradam yat karma tat prarabdham. It gives me joy, it gives me sorrow. Bhogena nashtam bhavati. Bhogena nashtam bhavati means if I have joy, I experience the joy, that karma will go away. I am experiencing joy because of the good karma I have done. If I am experiencing that joy, then that good karma will vanish. The effect of that good karma will vanish. If I need to have more experiences, then I should do more good karma, only then I will experience in future. For example, if I have given food as charity to somebody, today I will receive food free of cost. When I eat that food, today the balance account of that karma is over. If I want to keep experiencing that, then I should continue to give in charity. So that is balance. Again, if I have done something wrong in the past, I will experience sorrow now. If I experience sorrow now fully, the balance is gone and I don't need to experience sorrow in future on account of that particular karma that I have done. If I am experiencing sorrow again on another day, it means I have done again on another day, I have done some wrong karma. Usually all our wrong actions, all our actions that yield sorrow have been done repetitively over a period of time. And wrong action means not just only murdering or killing or cheating or stealing, even talking ill of somebody, even gossiping, even not doing what we are supposed to do. Gahana karmano gatihi. The course of karma is very, very deep. Bhogena nashtam bhavati. So is there any escape from prarabdha karma? Prarabdha karma, there is no escape. If I have disease, if I have discomfort, I may do whatever within the righteous means, whatever is within my punya karma to ease myself from the discomfort. For example, when somebody is put in jail or when somebody is going to be arrested, everybody cannot get anticipatory bail. For all kinds of actions, you cannot get anticipatory bail. But suppose you are a very affluent person, you have a lot of money at your disposal, you can get anticipatory bail. He is able to get anticipatory bail because of the previous karma that has given him so much of wealth at his disposal. But he has done some karma for which he is put into jail. Even if he gets anticipatory bail, over the period of time, when the courts are meeting and they're discussing the case, if they find this person guilty, he will definitely be put in jail, or he will be given some kind of a material punishment, or even some embarrassing punishment. As a journalist, I have covered a very beautiful event where the judge has given a judgment in a case of a film actress who has cheated many people and not returned the money. So the judge has not given her any kind of a punishment of putting her in jail or asking her to pay a lot of money in the court, fine in the court, or maybe that has been done, I don't know. But he has given the judgment that you go to an orphanage, you offer food, you physically go and serve food in that orphanage for everybody. So it was a punishment that was meted out by her. In some way or the other, we will mete out the punishment, and depending on how good we are, there is always scope for remission. So, bhogena nashtam bhavati, prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshaya iti. So, the actions that we have done before we got knowledge of who am I am that Brahman. We would have done so many actions. Every saint has a past, every sinner has a future. So there is no apichet suduracharaha bhajate maam ananya bhak sadhureva samantavyaha samyak vyavasitohi saha. So Bhagavan says, even if a person is a sushtu duracharaha, has been doing very, very bad actions throughout his life, the moment he surrenders at my feet and says, Tvameva Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, I fall at your feet, you are my refuge. Then Bhagavan holds that person by his kudumi, whatever that tonsured head, the tuft of hair, holds him up and says, okay, I will protect you, provided you do good karma from today onwards. Then we have Bhagavan's protection. Even in the jails, even for great murder cases also, from the day of admission into the jail, if the person who has been admitted has shown exemplary qualities, exemplary characteristics, and so the punishment will be, there will be a remission of the punishment, and he may even be released much earlier than his time period in the prescribed in the jail. Idam shariram utpadya ihaloke eva sukha dukkhadi pradam yat karma. So surrender is the way. When I surrender, meaning saying, yes, I have done this. I have done something wrong, Bhagavan, for which I am facing all this. I am not able to face this karma. I surrender at your feet. Please protect me. When we ask, Sri Rama also says, Sakradeva Prapannaya. Sakradeva, in a moment, Prapannaya, I fall at your feet and then say, Tava asmi iti cha yachate. Sakradeva Prapannaya, Tava asmi iti cha yachate. Abhayam sarvabhutebhyaha dadami etad vratam mama. Rama has taken a vrata. He has taken a vow that if a person comes and falls at my feet and said, I belong to you, protect me, then I will bestow fearlessness upon that person, says Sri Rama. So in the same way, whatever may be our prarabdha karma, we don't know. Whatever we know we would have done actions which we are not aware of. Whatever may be those actions, prarabdha karmanam, the way to escape that is to experience that. To let it be, the way to let go something, if you want to push out something if you want to push out pain from your body, if you want to push out suffering from your system, if you want to push out the difficulties in your life, you cannot shove it like you shove an object aside. That is the result of prarabdha karma. You cannot push out your prarabdha karma. But if you really want to push it out from your life, the best way to push it out is to go through it with a smiling face. Go through it with, with, a, with a cheerful mind. Go through it with surrender. Go through it with accepting that pain. Bhogena nashtam bhavati. Prarabdha karmanam. There is a disclaimer in this. Prarabdha karmanam bhogad eva kshayam bhavati. How does prarabdha karma get dissolved? I have got a drum full of rice in my house. How will the rice get dissolved? Whether I take that rice and give it to somebody, I use that rice for cooking every day. If I use that rice for cooking every day, I'm using that rice for cooking for myself. So new punya is not going to come. But when I give that rice to somebody as a donation to the right person, then I will get punya. But this prarabdha of this one drum of rice will get exhausted only by using it, giving it, or dumping it. Or when we dump it, then we are doing apunya karma, we are doing papa karma. So we will face the consequences for that. Responsibly discharging our duties without identification as the doer of the action and without wanting any particular result of the action, and not wanting to do any particular actions because of my personal desires, and whatever results that come, if the results are not suitable to me, going through that pain, going through that suffering with a cheerful mind alone will help me to exhaust my prarabdha karma. Bhogena nashtam bhavati prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshaya iti. So, in the next session, when we will mostly finish this Tatwabodha, we will complete with how are the ways by which Sanchita karma and Agami karma are exhausted for a jnani. So we will see that in our next session, next week. Tomorrow, for the next 5 days, we will have Yaksha Prashna from the Mahabharata on Chinmaya Surya channel. So please stay tuned. Om Sarvesham Swastirбhavatu, Sarvesham Shantirbhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Om Satoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. हर नमः पार्वती पतये. हर हर महादेव. हरि ओम.